As I look to the horizon, not a cloud, but then stormy weather's go too cold. Seems like it crept up out of nowhere, all around you is not what you foretold. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done, but the time it hit you, you're not surprised.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSP News. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm currently reporting this on Monday the 26th. If any of you guys already know, there's a video already up. But this is breaking news. This is important, and I felt the need to go ahead and do it. I was compelled to do it. You as my audience have asked me to heed to come through and heed the call. And so I will do so. Ladies and gentlemen, apparently, Dspgaming on Twitch has been suspended. Now, we don't think it's indefinite. We think it's only for the next 24 hours. But we're going to get into that story in just a second. Second thing is, ladies and gentlemen, apparently on Phil's Twitch stream yesterday, being Sunday, apparently he had announced his disdain for Almighty Tevin, the Almighty One. And somebody making the reference to him being the new Fred Fox. Oh my god. Oh my god. Because now, since the SOK and Freddy Boy is gone, apparently Tevin, Almighty Tevin is the threat. He's the one now who's the cause of all of Darkside Phil's woes. We'll get into that. Third thing, just to kind of give us a bit of variety. Apparently Phil was sent a 14-inch cardboard dick through the mail. We'll be brief about that, but apparently if you guys go back to Phil's PUBG videos, it's easy to find because he actually dedicated 4 videos to ranting about it. For something that he never received, he seems to be pretty upset. And with the fact that the kitty's gone, I mean, did she run with that? I don't know. We still haven't seen Cat in quite a while. So there's a bit of nervousness in the air as it comes to that. But ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News, always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG network and productions. You guys kind of all know the slogan. So now it's time to watch me work. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this should be very, very interesting. So let's go ahead and try to get started on this. Let's see. So let's talk about Phil being suspended, because that right there is actually breaking news, and it's so odd that I'd be caught doing that, but I hope you guys do not mind. Okay, so Phil. All right, so apparently, ladies and gentlemen, I'll have all this on screen for you, by the way. We are over here with Dragon Killer as usual. And apparently, Phil got smacked down this morning. It looks like it was this morning, or actually, it looks like it was just a little while ago, because this was posted at 11 a.m. He got smacked down for the fundraiser. Basically, Phil was talking about having that big fundraiser drive, as you guys know, at the end of this month, trying to get his sub count up so he can get the money up. And apparently, he got hit with the ban hammer, at least for today. Now, here's the interesting thing. He's covering that up by saying that he's not going to stream at all today because he's going to work on his taxes, which I think initially was the plan, was initially going to be his plan anyway, is he was going to stream, he wasn't going to have an evening stream. He was only going to stream once. But, he was only going to stream tonight, and he was only going to stream this morning and then take tonight off to do his taxes. Apparently, that's all messed up. So now, he has all the time in the world to do his taxes and try to find the kitten. Now, we don't have all of the details just yet. So I'm going to jump over here to Darkside Phil first, and I'll probably start him off on the video, and you guys can actually see what he has to say about the circumstances. But Phil says, Folks, changing plans. No stream today. I'm taking the day off to work exclusively on my taxes and get them done. So I'll have to do a double, so I can do a double stream tomorrow. Better handle it this way instead of rushing stuff and doing it wrong. Thanks. Now, if you guys had seen I have a video coming up soon actually, where I talk about Darkside Phil he should have actually done his taxes earlier this month in February, so then he could know exactly what he owes, and then he can spend the middle of February all the way up till April to actually get this money together. But you know Phil procrastinates and he waits till the last minute, whatever the case may be, and he just doesn't have any common sense. With that being said, being banned for what seems to be 24 hours is a bit hasty. It's a bit, I'm sure he doesn't seem too nervous about it, at least not on Twitter, because he sounds like with a lot of confidence, by the way. It sounds like he'll be back up tomorrow, no problem. This is merely a minor hang-up in the DSP army. Everything will be fine. Now, who actually tipped off Twitch? We don't know. We do know for sure, we think it's fair to say that Phil talking about having 2 fundraisers back to back, plus the announcement by Snorp Brunel, if I remember correctly, about how he's going to hold a fundraiser in April, another one in June, and another one in September, something like that. Like, just absolute nonsense. There's gonna be like 4 major fundraisers this year, basically. Someone at Twitch went ahead and took a look at that and were like, you know what? Yeah, we got to put a stop to that. This isn't a charity, and it's not. This is not a charity where Phil thinks he can just kind of come in and get all the money that he wants and thinks he's not breaking terms. But that's also another thing I'd like to point out at you, is that Phil is not safe now. Phil knows for sure that he's not invincible. And he had always said with this new terms of service, I did a video on that also, that he was going to be safe. He wasn't going to have any problems, and I'm good. As long as I don't use any foul, as long as he doesn't use any foul language, and as long as, well, as he said, he's not a booby streamer, he would be fine. But it looks like that situation with Twitch is going to come back to hurt him. And because it's come back to hurt him in the way that it has, in the fact that they are watching him, because realistically, when you get banned, even if it's only temporary, that means they're watching you. Low Tier God is a very good example of that. I mean, which, as you guys all know, he's been permanently banned, but he's fighting to get himself back on. He might actually get back on the platform one day. But when he got banned or suspended, I'm sorry, I'm not even saying banned, my bad, let me take that word back. When Low Tier God was suspended the first time, they were actually watching him pretty close those next couple of times. Hence the reason why he got banned, or how he got suspended over and over again. Phil now is on a watch list of sorts. I remember hearing another streamer talk about this a long time ago, that they watch you pretty close for the next couple months, and to make sure you don't do any other mess ups. Because I think you can only get suspended, what is it? It's for 24 hours, then it's like a month, then it's like 3 months, and then you can get permabanned, but then you can dispute that. It's kind, I don't have all the details. I'm sure some of you guys in the comment section know what I'm talking about. But, so we'll have to kind of wait and see on that. Phil has not put out a video yet talking about the situation because he doesn't want to fan the flames. Smart move on his part, not really. Because what he's trying to do is he's trying to put up window dressing. He's trying to hide the fact that the fundraiser is what got him screwed over. And it's the filthy, horrible detractors that put him in this situation, that have yet again hurt him and set him back in his business. With that being said, let's transition to our second story. Praise be Almighty. Almighty Tevin apparently was the point of conversation last night's chat, where Phil really dug in on him. And apparently, Almighty Tevin makes Phil hard. I'm not gonna get into all that, but that was Phil's words. You'll see it on screen as I'm talking. And the general mindset amongst some of the people in the cult of Phil is that Almighty Tevin is starting to turn into the next Fred Fox, and he's gonna be the one to bring him down. Woo! I gotta tell you. Now, with that being said, with Almighty Tevin and Phil and his cult, I'd like to add something to that. In the words, and in the general illustration of a new trifecta. You know what I mean? You know how we have the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, right? I'm thinking now that we have the gout, the doubt, and the snout. Praise be the almighty pig. Yeah, I like that. Now, obviously, that's a direct slap at Phil, but I like that. The doubt, the gout, the doubt, and the snout. I like that. That's the new trifecta as it pertains to Phil. Anybody can feel free to go ahead and send that to Phil. He can use it without any copyrights on my end. Phil taking shots at Almighty Tevin is not necessarily a good idea. And it's also odd, because if you guys have been watching Almighty Tevin for any period of time, as long as I've been watching Almighty Tevin, especially if you go back into his old stuff, he's always tried to give Phil good advice. And he's actually tried to reach out to him before too. Through his chat, through email. I don't know if he ever went on his forum, but certainly through email and through Phil's actual stream chat. And Phil never, ever, ever wanted to acknowledge Tevin. He never wanted to give Tevin his just cause. Now, I personally, well, there's a bunch of theories on why that is. You know how Phil is. Phil wanted to pay all this attention to SOK, but he didn't want to take Almighty Tevin seriously. Shit, even Freddy Boy took Almighty seriously. But whatever, it is what it is. But apparently Phil decided to clap back last night. And he clapped back in a very heavy way, talking about how Almighty Tevin has taken this from him and taken that away from him. And he has some nerve thinking that he could go ahead and piggyback off of his content. Woo! Wow, okay. Now, despite how absolutely hilarious all this is, and the fact that Tevin doesn't devote all of this time to Phil, and Tevin kind of bounces in, puts a video out, and then he bounces out. You know what I mean? Tevin picks his spots. He picks what's interesting to him and whatnot. But for Phil to actually come out and actually have to acknowledge him is what hurts Phil. Because Phil has always tried to avoid Almighty Tevin for the most part, at least mentioning him. He's sneak dissed quite a few times, but he's always tried to avoid Tevin. He's always tried to avoid acknowledging him. But now he's come out full force and had to do it. I think that's what hurts Phil. It hurts Phil's pride that he has to admit that that there's somebody else out there with the type of influence that can be a hindrance to him. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Speaking of which, as an active bonus, because apparently Kenny's feeling special right now, we also have a video from Almighty Tevin that talks about Phil's streaming history and what he really thought about streaming all these years ago up till now, which would be another slap in Phil's face, given that Phil used to, you know, he streamed once, but he used to talk shit about streamers, saying that, oh, they're taking away from the content, they're taking away from the actual experience itself, they're taking away from the experience, well, I just said experience, the experience of actually sitting there and playing the game with me. I don't want to have to acknowledge a cheer or a pop-up or a subscription, all the very things that he does right now. And that right there, if you're listening, Phil, should be the biggest smack to your face. Because all those years ago, people had said, if you stick with this could really help you out with your financial problems. And you didn't want to do it. You said it wasn't viable. But now, look at you now, Phil. You're a full-time streamer. This is your profession. YouTube is dead now. The future is on Twitch for gamers. Though back in the day, it was almost exclusively just a gamer platform. But yet again, you didn't want to acknowledge it. Yet again, you wanted to bash it and bash the people that are on it. Now you're up there, in air quotes, whoring yourself out like all the rest of them. Whew! I just gotta say, Phil, you thought you were all so high and mighty because everything on YouTube was working out so well. You could have just said you didn't have an opinion on it and just waited. And just see how things would work out. The only reason why you went back to Twitch is because of the money. That's all you wanted. You didn't do it because you love it. You don't do it because you like the interaction with your fan base. Oh, I'm sorry. Interaction with your fan base is them giving you money. I'm sorry, you do love that part. But you don't care about much of anything else outside of that. But yet again, you went back to the very same medium that you used to shit on other people for. This is what Almighty Tevin's video is gonna as it follows is gonna basically talk about. You're gonna hear the hypocrite Phil Burnell, DSP, Dark Side Phil, the gout, the doubt, and the snout, the trifecta, in all of its unison, going through the times of Phil and what he felt about Twitch from then till now. It should be interesting. Now, one more thing as it pertains to the cardboard, the alleged cardboard cock that was sent to Phil. We don't know who sent it, to be honest. Someone just popped up in his stream for PUBG a little while ago. You know me, I'm late about this stuff, at least most of the time. A couple of days back, and had said, "Hey Phil, how'd you like that cutout that you got in the mail?" And Phil went into this crazy ass rant about it for no reason, and said that it didn't happen and it went to somebody else's. It actually went to somebody else's house and it didn't go to his, so on and so forth. Why would you even say that, Phil, when you don't even talk to your neighbors? You don't have any general association with your neighbors at all. You know what I mean? So for you to say it went to somebody's house, it didn't go to yours, how do you know? How do you know that with any clarity? And as Almighty Tevin pointed out, if that was the case, why are you giving it life? Why are you breathing life into that situation? It's whatever. Like I said, if you go back into, if you guys feel inclined, go back into Phil's videos maybe about a week ago or so. You can actually see what videos are what. It's PUBG, and he actually talks about it. He clickbaits it in his titles. Still didn't get a bunch of views off of it, so it's a rather sad attempt there. But that's neither here nor there. But that is the situation as it pertains to that. So, to wrap it all up before we get into the video, Phil is at least temporarily suspended off Twitch. So the pig has been wounded. He apparently is blaming Almighty the day before. He was basically taking shots at Almighty Tevin, openly coming out into his chat and blaming him. I will have that on screen. And it's alleged 14-inch penis made out of cardboard that Phil does not want to acknowledge. Maybe it put shame to his maybe it put shame to him himself and his own manhood. Maybe that's what maybe that's what Kat's been doing. She's been in the guest room or in the guest office playing with that. I couldn't tell you. I'm just a dog in the suit with some bourbon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network and Productions. You guys all know the slogan. So watch me work. Actually, before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit of music for you guys just to close it out, and then we'll jump into the video.
Musicality.
Okay, guys, before we get into the video, quick update. You can thank Theo for this, actually. It says right here that, yeah, the 24-hour suspension that DSP got will be resolved in 24 hours because DSP goes into the back alley and sucks off the Twitch CEO's dick to get himself off the suspension. Oh, so Phil should be back. So Phil should be back 24 hours after his 24-hour stream, or after his 24-hour suspension is up. At least allegedly, that's how that should go. I'll have that tweet in the video also. That's absolutely hilarious. Apparently Phil was able to get in contact with the right people and make stuff happen. Good for you, Phil. Good for you. Don't be mad, Phil, to suck some dick so you can get yourself back on Twitch. Oh boy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into the video shortly. Oh boy. Alright guys, we're back. We are here with Almighty Tevin. DSP tries it. Twitch. Twitch is based off begging and never going back. Oh boy. This right here is gonna be this right here is a very good timeline of basically Phil talking about his experiences with Twitch and how he was never gonna go back and how it wasn't viable and yada 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 yada. But should be good nonetheless. We'll see what we can make out of it. It's gonna be entertaining. And here we go.
Why would I go back to Twitch, where Twitch TV is literally a business model
based off of begging?
I'm not the kind of person that's going to sit here and say, please buy this shirt, please subscribe, please do this, please sub, please thumbs up the video, please see my other channels, please. When you ever hear me talking like that in a video? Another suggestion, and I'm going to very, very clearly explain to you why this is not going to ever happen. Phil, just go back to Twitch, bite the bullet, go back to Twitch TV, and stream there exclusively, and stream like everyone else on Twitch TV, where you do streams that are catered toward your viewing audience, so it's more of an interactive stream between you and your audience than anyone caring about the game that you're playing, and we guarantee you that you'll get subs and you'll get more attention and stuff like that, alright? I have many responses to this, okay? First of all,
Bullshit.
and I can call it right now, bullshit. Anyone who thinks that going back to Twitch TV and streaming there is the magic solution to all of my problems is just so deluded, alright? You're right, I said I would never do that during gameplay. You're absolutely right. If I'm doing gameplay, no, I'm not going to be giving thank you shoutouts or whatever during the course of a playthrough, but because the $1,000 tip was...
Now, real quick, guys, let's actually go back for just a second and remember why he went back to Twitch anyway, and he decided to do it full time. That's after he got dropped from Machinima, remember? And he was like, that's when he was looking at the chat and he was like, hey guys, I mean, these are my options, but if I get a part-time job, I'm gonna have to go away. So I'm thinking about possibly, oh wait a second, the chat says, Twitch is saying, how about become a full-time streamer? Okay, guys, I could do that. You know what I mean? I mean, that would be hard for me to make that type of transition, you know, because I've been on YouTube for so long, and I've always been a YouTuber, a prominent YouTuber, but, I mean, if you guys really think that'll help. Now, in actuality, it said in the chat, get a job, get a job, get a job, get a job, get a job. But he was like, but there was a few people, you know, a few of the cult members who were sprinkling in there. Yeah, man, just go to Twitch. Go to Twitch. Twitch will be great. Twitch is the thing that will solve all your problems. And what did Phil do? Phil was like, oh, okay, good. He's like, I got them all in. Okay, not everybody is saying it, but just enough people are saying it. And that's when he actually went to Twitch. That was right after he got dropped from Machinima and whatnot. Remember, because he had to beg his fan base for someone to get him in contact with an MCN. That's ironic, being that he was able to get himself a direct contact with somebody at Twitch to get the suspension thing all worked out. That's curious how that situation happened, but he couldn't find his own MCN. Well, he did, and then that leads to the honey dicking. We'll save that for another time. Let's continue.
Titled Ass Munching Ball Suckers, and the message says, fuck, shit, cocks, and ass, oh shit, hey Phil. My number did a 50-bit cheer and said, while the alcohol's still in my system, I have a smaller schlong than most, and I'm a major league grower, not a shower. How do I fix the crippling anxiety it causes? What the fuck? Dude, hopefully someone in Stream Chat can help you, because I don't have that problem, okay? What the hell? Dude, I just got a $450 tip from a huge ass. Are you serious? Folks, we may have done it. That may be it. I just have to confirm who that's from and if it's real. We may have just not only exceeded what I expected I was going to get for tips tonight, we may have just hit the tier 2 Patreon goal. Your boy Bob did a $1 tip. You're right. I said I would never do that during gameplay. You're absolutely right. If I'm doing gameplay, no, I'm not going to be giving thank you shout-outs or whatever during the course of a playthrough, but game sucks. Twitch is all about subscriptions. You gotta subscribe. Get those custom emotes and shit. Subscribe. That's what everyone over there is all about. Their subs.
Yeah, take a sip.
There it is. So the tier 3 is actually the blue, Super Saiyan Blue emo. Okay. Pretty cool. I like them because, you know, if you're a normal sub, you get the regular level. Okay. And if you're a tier 2 sub, you get the God level. If you're a tier 3 sub, you get all of them. You get the God and the blue level. Those are exclusive only to the higher level sub. So finally, you at least get something for being the higher level sub, right? So if you are interested in doing the higher level sub, it's very much appreciated. By the way, those higher level subscriptions. You gotta subscribe. Get those custom emotes and shit. Subscribe. That's what everyone over there is all about. Their subs for everyone. And I'm curious to see what people would like for that emote and see who wants to work on it. You know, you can submit that over on my kingoфhate.com forums. Don't worry, I'm still going to give you guys a shout-out. You're still going to get your verbal shout-out. But I have to do something to curtail the trolling actions of these idiots who try to charge back. 50 bits or more, subscribe to the channel and clicking the share button, or $5 tip or more, you'll get an on-screen pop-up thank you. So it's a visual thank you in addition to the verbal thank you. Okay, pretty cool. Let's do some shout-outs because we've got a bunch now, all right? A bunch of shout-outs to do. Let me scroll all the way down here.
Listen to him whoring himself out. And the thing is he wouldn't get shit about it. He wouldn't wouldn't get so much shit about it if he had just kept his mouth shut. But he can't. You know what I mean? When he feels like he has a foothold on anything, he'll sit there and gloat about it. He'll sit there and have his moment in the sun. But then when he ends up going back on that word, on his word on anything, he just slides himself right in. Just like with Patreon, when he used to shit on all those people who had Patreons. And then a year later, he ended up getting one himself. Just shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have anything good to say about it, and trust me, Phil doesn't have anything good to say about anything, then just keep your mouth shut. Just shut the hell up. And whatnot. Because you never know when you might have to go back, whenever you might have to go back on your word. You know what I'm saying? And you should never have to do that. You should try to hold the line on that, as you know what I'm saying, to the T. You know what I mean? What is it that Tony Montana said? The only thing you have in life is your balls and your word. You shouldn't be breaking neither one of them. Phil doesn't have any of those things, and if he does, no one believes him anyway. So that's why he's in the situation that he's in. It's a damn shame. Not really. DSP News.
And I really do think it's more beneficial than these people who literally the only reason they make videos is entertainment. Yeah, this was before From Software broke off and did their own thing. They were basically paired with Sony to make the games. Then after this, they broke off and made their own series, Dark Souls, which is why you never saw like Demon Souls 2 or anything like that. And I really do think it's more beneficial than these people who literally the only reason they make videos is entertainment. They want you to get a laugh, or they want you to get a rise, or drama, whatever, right? So there really is no quality gameplay or quality information in these videos. It's a guy sitting there playing a game, making face cam, overreacting this stuff. The way that I live stream is incredibly different from the way that most people live stream. As you know.
You don't say. Please tell. Or do tell, I should say.
When I live stream, I barely interact with stream chat whatsoever.
Really?
The reason being is very simple. Because when I'm live streaming, I'm also recording that playthrough to upload to YouTube. So if I were constantly addressing the stream chat and constantly taking away from the game to respond to stream chat comments and everything, it takes away, the playthrough would be degraded, the playthrough would be less quality, and it would be not focused at all on the game or gameplay. It would be focused on the stream chat. Now, there's plenty of people who do live streaming like that, and they're very successful. That's not how I want to conduct my business, and I think that if I were to do that, quite honestly, those who don't attend my live streams would be incredibly turned off and not watch my content anymore, because I've been here since 2008, And since then, my whole intention is to play the game, focus on the game, represent to you what the game is like for the average gamer, not to fucking interact with the stream chat and have a big social event. Because the bottom line is Twitch is a bad business. Twitch is not a good place to put out quality content. It's not. You are constantly nagged to advertise and or push subs or product so that you can make money, and they'll make money, they get profit from that, and then you get profit from that. You want to know why I know all of this? Because you might be saying, Phil talks about Twitch all the time, like he knows about it.
No, Phil talks out of his ass all the time. That's what he does.
He hasn't been on Twitch for 2 years. They're so stupid, they never removed me from their email list. So every time that there's a... Because your account wasn't suspended, it wasn't banned. You didn't erase your account. You know what I'm saying? I think he just deactivated it. That's all it was. So theoretically, there's no reason why you wouldn't be on their mailing list. There is no reason why they wouldn't try to ask you to come back. You were already partnered with them. And unless you are banned, I think unless you're banned, there's no reason for you to lose. You wouldn't lose your partnership, which in turn means that you're still in good standings with them. So they would continue to send you emails. Obviously, you would have to talk to Almighty Tevin about that, but because I don't know shit about the whole partnered aspect of it. But I do know that much. So yeah, they kept sending it to you, Phil. How do you think you were able to suck them off to go back? And then you just suck them back off again to go back off to, work out this 24-hour suspension. It's what you do. You should be so glad, to be honest with you. New update for partners, I get it. And all the emails I get, they have not invested $1 into their actual business to make it better. They don't have higher quality streams. They don't have much increased server capacity,
Who says they need it? Or at least at that moment. Who said that right there that was stupidity just for stupidity's sake, Phil? Because what did you end up doing anyway? Did you want them to go ahead and raise their quality so you could go ahead and just throw it up on YouTube? Did you think that was going to somehow help your channels? It didn't. You still suffered. So, yet again, you're talking out your ass. But whatever.
But I mean, all the things why can't people stream at 1080p, 60 frames per second on Twitch? Because they don't care about that. They don't care about the quality of the gameplay or even the quality of the stream. Why do you think there's so many titty streamers on Twitch who are girls with big ass fucking boobs hanging out and they barely can play a game, but they get tons of fucking money on Twitch and Twitch makes out? That's a big demographic for them to make profit because they don't care about the quality. If they did care about the quality, they'd stop telling you, oh, buy a t-shirt. Oh, here's a new kind of chat emote system, an exclusive emote thing, and this and that. It has nothing to fucking do with the stream. None of it has anything to do.
If you're putting money down to contribute to a streamer, the emotes and all of these things right here are a way for you is giving back to you. It's essentially you throwing down your money and getting something to show for it. And in turn, you can not only go to that particular streamer, but to just being on Twitch in general, and you can actually have some real interaction. It kind of gives you a creative way of doing it. How you were that stupid then about this makes no sense. Is absolutely astounding. It really is. It's this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is something that I've been saying for a while. Is that he just wants you to give him money and shut up. He doesn't want to give anything back to you. He just wants your money, and that's it. He doesn't care about anything else outside of that. Just give me your money.
With sitting there and playing the game on Twitch, which is what the fucking website was created to fucking do. In fact, if you don't...
And now this is where he's starting to get flamed up, because when he does that, he starts to curse. And, I mean, that in itself just stupid, but whatever.
Believe me, they changed their terms of service. Their terms of...
And one more thing. Why are you complaining about a platform you're not even on? Seriously. Why? It's just like how he's like, oh... I'm branching out now. I'm a full-time streamer. I'm not worried about YouTube, but yet he bitches about YouTube. He's such an idiot. He really is. He's a greedy, self-centered, egotistical, just ignorant individual. And he has no redeeming qualities about himself. And here's the sad part. He knows it. And he's okay with it.
Service and mission state.
And if he could control his narrative, if he could control the narrative about him, then he would, but he can't. He's in this little pool, right, of people who absolutely worship him. But slowly but surely, they're drying up. And so now he has to like for example, him going at Tevin, he kind of has to now. But here's the funny part. You'll see it as if you've already seen it, but you'll see it in the chat. Most of the people who are fans of DSP don't even know who Tevin is. Has no idea who Almighty Tevin is. So essentially, he's chasing ghosts with that. He's sitting there chasing a specter for some odd reason. Most people in his chat don't even know who he is. And then even once they're informed on who he is, they don't care. They're not there for the extra drama and all that bullshit. So you kind of know what fans are there for him to try to support him and those that are there for the extra shit. Just saying.
Used to state that Twitch TV is the premier destination for gamers to share their gameplay experiences. It now says it's the premier destination for gamers to share their personalities with others. I'm not kidding. Like, it says that. It doesn't say it exactly in that wording, but basically it says it's for interaction between a gamer and a stream audience, not about the game anymore. They don't...
What happens when you have 1,000 people playing the same damn game, Phil? What's the point of that? Why do you think Twitch is the way it is? You're not going over there to watch Dragon Ball FighterZ. You're there to watch a particular personality and how he or she reacts to playing that Dragon Ball FighterZ, for example. That's why you go to them. You can go to any Twitch stream and watch a game being played. Hell, if it was all about just watching the game, why go to Twitch? Just sit on YouTube. There are hundreds of people playing the same game too. The whole point of Twitch is you get to go and see it in real time. And in turn, you get to see the personality behind it. That's why Twitch pushed for the broadcasting of yourself. Just like YouTube did. That's why you sat there and did your face reveal. That's why you sat there and exposed people to your fucking life. You wanted them to be invested in you, not your fucking gameplay. You dumb idiot. I would call you a dumb fuck, but I'm going to save that for something good. But you know what I'm saying? You fucking moron. You're sitting, look at you now. You're on a YouTube video, at least at this time, I think, or you're streaming yourself on YouTube, and you're sitting there talking about how it's not about the gameplay. And yet there's however many people there were sitting down watching you talk. Where's the gameplay at, Phil? I thought it was supposed to be just about the game. But you, right now, are sitting on your ass being a hypocrite, talking about how other people are making money by not playing the game, but, you know, really talking about and projecting and broadcasting themselves. Fucking idiot.
Care about that. They're terrible. They're a horrible business for gaming in general. They're just bad.
They don't care about actual games. They don't care about what you put on your stream as long as this is coming into them.
Big bullet for me to bite. Because I am diametrically opposed to a lot of the philosophies of people who stream on Twitch and the business itself. Alright, and I want you to understand, if you are a viewer of my content right now, and you love the raw gameplay videos, and you love the streams that I do now, don't worry, I'm not going to completely change my entire business model. It won't mess with the gameplay footage. I'm not going to stop playing the game. Here we are, I'm playing the game. It's a really tense moment, it's a tense fight. Let's go. Oh, wait a minute, I got a new sub. Pause the game, it comes a pop-up on the fucking screen. Thanks to Jubbity Bubbity for joining the hate army. You're great.
Most people don't do that anyway. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They have dual screens. Some people have triple. And they can take a quick glance over, read it out, and keep going. And they do it almost seamlessly, I should say. They're not reduced themselves to some beat-up love seat talking out the ass. That's the difference. Or they're not like you and they have a $3,000 lemon and whatnot that they have to push to the max because they don't know what they're doing. Oh, I'm sorry, that's right. You used to build PCs back in the day for Quake and Unreal Tournament and all that, but yet you can't figure out what the problem is as it pertains to your RAM on that $3,000 lemon of yours. Or you paid $3,000 for it. You don't have a warranty? Or even if you didn't actually buy the extended warranty, you do have a warranty on your parts and service. And he never thought about sending it back. He sat there like a bitch and he took it. So Cyberpower, I think that's who he bought it from, basically, worked him over and he took it like a good girl. Just saying, like a good bitch, like a good whore. He took all of it. He got all that. And he enjoyed it too, because he still uses it to this day. It's a damn shame.
No, not going to do that. I'm going to continue to make the same kind of quality playthroughs that I've done since day one on YouTube. It's not going to have interruption or any...
So no effort, basically. Gotcha.
Dang, why did I pick up this controller again? I'm not going to have interruption or anything during streams on Twitch if someone subs.
Nice of you three to show up.
Okay. Just got to find Gamora.
It's anyone's guess where she is. She's still an assassin. She'll know where to go if she don't want to be found.
Mantis, you were able to track down the shrine using your abilities. Do you think you could find one of us too? Well, thank you to Big Jeff Productions, who just resubscribed to the channel for the second month in a row. He says, I just donated to you for 1 month on Patreon. What's the best way to contact you for details on the personalized video? Pop up on the fucking screen. Thanks to Shubbity Bubbity for joining the Hate Army. You're a great blah, blah, blah. No, not going to do that. I don't stop the stream. I don't play a noise. There's no pop-up on the screen saying so-and-so became a paid subscriber, because if you're going to pay to be a subscriber, you're paying to see the content. You're not paying to see other people get a shout-out for being a paid subscriber. It's bullshit and it's attention grabbing, and it's only for the purposes of making money.
Wow.
It adds nothing to the content of the stream to do that stuff.
Wow.
But people do it just to make money. Well, that's not what I'm here for. Did you guys see it? Did you guys see it? Or did it not pop up?
He's talking about that that last part there was the was that Christmas stream that he had where he ended up getting that $1,000 tip or $1,000 donation. Oh boy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very eventful news day, I gotta say. Wasn't expecting to have this much attention happen to Phil this early on, but you know, what are you gonna do, I suppose? What are you going to do? It's gonna be weird putting this up today because I'm usually not on time about stuff like this, but hey, what are you going to do? As for Phil, he's gonna have to come up with a new strategy, and so when he comes back on Twitch, we'll wait and see what his response is, and we'll do a follow-up to all this. And I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, whether you still like Detractor Ball Z, that's an almighty Tevin saying, or Detractor Ball Super, which is what I came up with, it's a play off what Tevin did. It's still a very interesting year, and it's only February. It's only February. We've had the we've had the first fundraiser. We've had the situation with the girlfriend. We had the 2 sponsors. We actually got to meet the new girlfriend / maid, but she's disappeared for whatever reason. We had the escort saga. It's an interesting time to be a detractor. It really is. It really is. And we also have, yet again, ladies and gentlemen, the new trifecta. The gout, the doubt, and the snout. Praise be Almighty. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News, always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you cannot count on. A GTG Networking Productions. Oh my gosh. Enjoy your Monday. This is GTG signing out in the broadcast. Oh my god. Completely ruining my reputation by uploading this today. Gotta do it for the people, though. Gotta do it for the people. Jesus Christ, Phil. If you do not figure out what the hell you're gonna do, though, as it pertains to this fundraiser nonsense, you better call something else. If not, you're screwed. You're so screwed.